If you like beef stroganoff, I think you might like this. Today we're going to make slow cooker beef stroganoff soup. Not very difficult to make. You let the slow cooker do the work, and oh so good when it's done. So let's start putting everything together. The first thing we're going to need is some beef. I've got a real small chuck roast, which is a blade roast if you're outside the US. And we're going to chop, well, I'm going to use half of it, which is about 3/4 of a pound. I also have some beef strips I'm going to use, so it's going to be a mix of two different beefs. So we're going to just chunk this up. Now, I am using the other half for another dish. But for this one, we're just going to cut it into nice bite-sized pieces. And then we're going to measure it out so we get half of this roast, which is in the neighborhood of 1.5 pounds, like it's really small. So we're going to use 3/4. I got my handy scale out, and we're going to measure about half. So I kind of dumped it all on so I could get a good idea of just how heavy this is, and you can see right there 24 ounces. So we're going to do 12 in this dish. Now, for simplicity's sake, could have just gone and got some stewing beef at the store. I thought this would be more fun, and actually it tasted a lot better. So there's our beef to start out with. Along with that, we're going to need some mushrooms. It's about 10 ounces of mushrooms, a couple packs of onion soup mix, a little bit of cooking spray, some Worcestershire, some sour cream, a couple things of beef broth, and of course some egg noodles down at the back there. So let's finish getting everything ready to go and make us some soup. Right off the bat, we're going to slice up these mushrooms. Now, I did make them kind of chunky. I wish I would have made them a little smaller just because it's a soup. But there we go. By the time we're done, they're all good, ready to go. We're going to put it aside. Here's our slow cooker. Give the bowl a spray. You don't want anything sticking to it. It just makes for easy cleanup. In goes our stewing beef along with the beef strips I told you I had. So there's about 1.5 pounds worth of good meat there. Now to this, you know what? How about I break up some of that meat because these strips were kind of in a big clump. I think that should do. Good amount of meat. Now to that we're putting 2 packets of onion soup mix. I thought about chopping up some onions to throw in there too, and I think next time I probably would have. Personal taste. 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. And all those mushrooms we chopped up. Now this is pretty well filling up the bowl at this point. We're going to have a lot of soup. So if you're only making it for a couple people, you might want half what I'm making here. So in goes our 2 containers of beef broth. Come on. There's one. And here comes the other. You really can't pour them quick. There's no easy way around it. They just take their time. If there's a trick, I don't know what it is because I don't know how to rip the tops off. Oh, we take our time, we fill it up, and you can see now, or hopefully you can see, we'll put the lid on it, put it on low. Now this is going to cook for 6 hours. And once in a while we take the lid off, give her a good stir, check it out, smelling good. And I'm breaking up the meat too just to make sure. If you want to add spices, My dad always said, you know what, make it neutral so that way if somebody wants a lot more salt, pepper, garlic, or whatever, let them do it. Well, here we are. We've got about 10 minutes to go. And I put the noodles in. Give it a mix. Put the lid back on. Let it go for the 10 minutes. And then when we're done, it's real simple. We're going to add 1 cup of sour cream. If you want to put a little bit of cream in, 1/4 cup, go ahead and do that too. Mix it all around, and your soup's ready to serve. There you go. There's our soup. Just like that. Nothing hard about it at all. And it didn't last super long either, I'll tell you that. Well, I hope you like this beef stroganoff soup in a slow cooker. Hey, another great recipe. I hope you'll give it a try. Leave me a comment below, one way or the other. Listen, if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell because that'll tell you the next time I upload a video. Feel free to share this and any of my other videos. And thanks for stopping by and watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.